The definition of hard work pays off is just screaming when you see Mazi Smith.
4th and 3. They racked up another sack. Mazi Smith.
Look at him celebrating. He's put in the work to change his body.
When I first got to Michigan, I knew I had to get in better shape. I was 345 when I got here. I got with our nutritionist. We was like, lose all the fat, lose all the bad weight. I gotta build myself up and try to shape myself into the type of player I wanted to see. I think the sweet spot for me is between like 315 and 325. All of a sudden you look up and compare the two, and it's like, dang, hard work pay off.
They've got the defender, Mazi Smith. I think he's 55 or 58 or whatever he plays.
The guy, it's like 350 or whatever he is, yeah.
Yeah,
looks like a refrigerator, except he can move, yeah.
He looks like a refrigerator, but he can move. I feel like if a brick wall could move, that's Mazi Smith. I don't know how you stop a brick wall.
Think about how much space a refrigerator takes up. Take a refrigerator and throw it down a hill as fast as it can. That's Mazi. A guy who weighs that much, is that big, going up the stairs that fast, it's like, how can you possibly do that?
You're not supposed to be moving that fast or being that skillful at that size.
I always prided myself being fast for a big fella. I knew I was strong, but I didn't know I was stronger than a lot of people like that, you know? And I like being able to say I do things that other people can't.
Mazi Smith is not just strong, he's strong. And his numbers don't necessarily show up in the box score, but he owns the middle of that line.
Mazi's our nose tackle. It's not a glamorous position. We talk about block destruction being a core value of our defense. He is our block destructor. I go back to the Maryland game. It was a 3rd down. We called a defense where he got to move basically from the center, kind of shoot one of the A-gaps. He hit the guy in the backfield for a 4 or 5 yard loss.
and he's ambushed and taken down. Mazi Smith says, not on my watch.
He's just had those times where he's come up big in critical moments for us.
You don't work this hard for no reason. A couple of my coaches told me, you got a rare blend of attributes, size, speed, strength, athletic ability, all of this stuff that can make for a real problem. Game record, somebody that you're gonna have to pay attention to all the time, somebody that's a mismatch no matter where you're at. That's where I'm striving to be. I don't feel like I've reached that yet, but I will.
Mazi, he was born in Southfield, Michigan, and then we moved to Grand Rapids, Michigan. We visited my parents pretty regularly. My mother and father passed away when he was 8. Even now, I see a lot of my dad in him with his language, his thought. They both think outside of the box and make you think of things a little differently.
My grandpa, kind of a big deal. Where I'm from, he touched a lot of young people intellectually. You know, he was a role model for a lot of people. My grandpa and my grandma, they had a black-owned newspaper called The Organizer that they ran together.
My dad did a lot in the black community in Grand Rapids. His name was widely known as the person who fought against a lot of oppression. In 2021, a young artist from Detroit was commissioned to do a mural in Grand Rapids. She visited the African American Museum, and the photo of my father and his 2 comrades stuck out to her. It intrigued her to want to paint that picture.
When I saw the mural, It was like, it almost brought me to tears. Just understanding that he lives on through our hearts and through the experiences that he gave to people. It ain't a lot of things move me like that.
He feels that there's a purpose for that mural. It also lets me know that I was able to pass on a lot of my father's knowledge to Mazi. He will live forever in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and he deserves that.
My grandpa always taught me real inspiration when it comes to civil rights.
Mazi told me about the trip to Selma, organized through the Big Ten for the Big Life series, so that they could have that educational experience and learn the atrocities that happened to Black Americans.
It's a lot of emotions that go through everybody when you go to somewhere like that. It's a certain feeling you get if you're really in tune with your surroundings. It's a certain feeling, a certain aura that place has. There are beautiful things that come out of hardship.
When Mazi speaks on that, I know he was listening to the things that my father had to say. They just have a way with words that is beyond me.
My grandpa always said, you know, yours in the struggle. I always say there's beauty in the struggle. Because if you look hard enough, you know, you see. I just think a lot of people confuse love for other things, and everybody just loving themselves a little bit more, things be better.